Hey YouTube, it's ICU, and welcome to the 139th episode of Best Tech Info and Rumors. Alright, and to start off, I wanted to preface by saying that today's episode will be slightly shorter than normal, so let's just go ahead and start right now. So first off, next month, during Apple's annual WWDC, or Worldwide Developers Conference, the company will unveil the next major installment to iOS, being iOS 7. Now, Apple has more riding on the next major iteration of their mobile operating system than some would think. While the next generation iPhone is also crucial to Apple's success, a large number of customers are turning their gaze towards iOS. So with customers hoping that the next significant update will bring a number of welcomed improvements to the mobile ecosystem that Apple has done such a great job of establishing these past 7 years, they really need to hit it out of the park, so to speak, with iOS 7. Last year, as part of a corporate restructuring, executive Jonathan Ive, who's the senior vice president of industrial design at Apple, became the leader of software design groups at the company. And over the past few months, a number of reports have surfaced pertaining to how Ive will redesign iOS with a new and, quote, very flat approach. And yesterday, a very impressive concept was posted as to how the term flat may apply to iOS 7. And while the concept is definitely high quality, they may have taken the term flat too literally, as the concept appears more reminiscent of Microsoft's newly adopted Metro-esque interface than it does of the iOS we've all come to know and love over the years. At any rate, though, I highly recommend watching it if you haven't already, so I'll leave a link to that down below in the more info. And now that brings me to my next point. I wanted to discuss jailbreaking really quick for those of you who aren't familiar with the situation. So I'll also have a link in the more info to an article from Evasion Jailbreak that also goes over what I'm going to be discussing. So first of all, let me go ahead and just go over the jailbreak status right now. iOS 6 can indeed be jailbroken on any iOS device so long as it's powered by iOS 6.0, 6.0.1, 6.0.2, 6.1, 6.1.1, or 6.1.2. Unfortunately, when Apple released iOS 6.1.3 to the public, it did patch the Evasion jailbreak, so users will no longer be able to use Evasion once they upgrade to 6.1.3 to jailbreak. Now, if you own an iPhone 4, iPhone 3GS, or a 4th generation iPod Touch, you can still jailbreak 6.1.3 using Red Snow and a simple Red Snow workaround. However, instead of being an untethered jailbreak, it's either a tethered, semi-tethered, or semi-untethered jailbreak, and essentially that just means in order to regain full jailbreak functionality, the user will have to plug their device into their computer and rerun a certain part of Red Snow to get it to boot into its tethered state. Now, also recently, Apple released iOS 6.1.4, which is an iPhone 5 exclusive firmware, and unfortunately that doesn't change anything. iPhone 5 users who upgrade to 6.1.4 still will not be able to jailbreak. The only way you can jailbreak on an iPhone 5 is if you're on iOS 6.1.2 or earlier. And while both the Evaders, the small group of developers and hackers behind the Evasion Untethered jailbreak, and POSIX Ninja, the former leader of the Chronic dev team, who's responsible for the development of tools like Green Poison and Absinthe, have both confirmed that they will indeed develop future untethered jailbreak utilities, they're going to wait until the days of iOS 7 before releasing anything to the public. And that's simply because they haven't deemed iOS 6.1.3 and now 6.1.4 worthy enough to release a new jailbreak, which again would take extra vulnerabilities that they've either spent weeks or months discovering. And of course, if they were to release something, Apple would simply patch it with a new minor firmware release before iOS 7. So to ensure maximum compatibility, they will wait until iOS 7 before releasing anything to the public. And with that said, I'll also have a link down below in the more info to a recent video of mine that goes over exactly what I just summarized in more detail. Alright, next up, according to a new report from CNET that cites NPD display search analyst, Retina quality displays for Apple's next generation iPad should enter production either next month or sometime in July. Interestingly though, previous intel from the same firm suggested that a Retina iPad mini won't be released until 2014. The firm has since redacted their initial analysis to suggest a 2013 third quarter refresh is more realistic. Furthermore, NPD Display Search also suggests that the second generation iPad mini should begin shipping sometime within the July to September quarter. Alternatively though, other sources propose a solid launch date of later this year to allow for more time between device generations. Unsurprisingly, it's also been suggested that a Retina iPad mini will adopt the same 2048 by 1536 Retina resolution as the full-sized iPad. However, a Retina iPad mini, which would feature a 7.9-inch display, would have a higher pixel density than the full-sized iPad, which features a 9.7-inch display, simply because it's the same resolution crammed into a smaller screen size. And of course, maintaining the same resolution across Apple's size-differing iPad models is the only logical move, as it will allow developers to continue creating apps for a single screen size, which will effectively allow for higher quality applications. Alright, next up, earlier this week, Apple placed a pre-celebratory announcement on their site for the company's next major milestone in App Store downloads. Within only 4 months of announcing that the App Store had surpassed a mind-boggling 40 billion unique downloads, excluding re-downloads and updates, Apple is preparing to commemorate 50 billion total unique downloads with the new giveaway. Now, upon reaching the App Store's next major achievement, Apple will give the lucky user who downloads the 50 billionth app a $10,000 iTunes gift card. Additionally, instead of only giving one gift card away, Apple is prepared to give away 51 total gift cards for their new contest, with users who download the 50 apps following the 50 billionth app downloaded receiving $500 iTunes gift cards. And additionally, Apple has placed an animated counter and a cool slideshow on the main page of their site for now, which features a few incredible facts that aid in the appreciation of just how massive a milestone 50 billion app downloads truly is. And at the rate apps are being downloaded now, Apple will easily surpass the roughly 15 billion apps that were downloaded in all of 2012. Alright, and finally, if you guys haven't seen my recent video where I compare Samsung's all-new Galaxy S4 flagship smartphone against Apple's iPhone 5, then just be sure to check it out. Also, don't forget, it's not too late to enter into my $100 Amazon gift card giveaway. Just be sure to rate this video up and hit that subscribe button to be notified every time I release new videos, and also leave a relevant comment down below in the comments section. If you don't know what to leave in the comments section, try answering the question of the day. So are you guys jailbroken, and if so, which firmware are you jailbroken on? Just be sure to let me know in the comments section or on Best Tech Info. And finally, to be updated more often, just be sure to like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, and add me in one of your circles inside of Google+. And until next time, this is ICU signing out.